Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. So in the ancient world, power wasn't just something that was handed out to you, right? It had to be literally extracted from the universe. Today, we're unpacking a massive moment from the Mahabharata, where a mortal warrior is pushed to the absolute edge of human endurance. We are talking about a story full of extreme grit, unbelievable cosmic tension, and just beautiful, raw mythology.
Okay, let's dive into this. We really have to ask this one central, high-stakes question. How far would a warrior actually go to claim the power of the gods? You see, in this ancient setting, a warrior literally had to force the universe's hand through sheer, unadulterated willpower. So keep that question in the back of your mind as we follow our hero's journey all the way to its fiery conclusion. To set the stage a bit, this unrivaled history is originally demanded by King Janemejaya. And get this, the text says his hair literally stands on end just at the thought of a mortal meeting the three-eyed god. Answering him and reciting the tale is the omniscient sage of Vaisampayana. So it's through this sage's all-knowing eyes that our hero's journey really begins. And the hero of this totally impossible quest? That would be Arjuna. Acting on the command of Yudhishthira, he's handed an objective that honestly borders on absolute madness. He needs to seek out Sakra and Shankara, Shankara being Shiva himself, to acquire these world-ending celestial weapons. We aren't talking about your standard swords and shields here. These are the apocalyptic armaments required for the monumental battles that lie ahead. Arjuna is basically setting out to secure unimaginable, earth-shattering power. The physical steps of his journey really highlight just how incredibly isolating this mission is. First, he sets out northwards, heading up to the summit of the Himavat. And sure, he's armed with a celestial bow and a golden-hilted sword, but ultimately, he has to enter this terrible, thorny forest completely alone. There's no army at his back, just one solitary warrior stepping into the desolate wild. But, he isn't entirely unnoticed. Because the very second Arjuna steps into that forest, boom, these celestial omens trigger. Invisible conchs and drums start sounding off in the heavens. A thick shower of flowers falls from the sky, and clouds physically move in just to form a thick, protective shade over him. It's like the cosmos itself is recognizing what this mortal is about to attempt. It's super cinematic. So after making his way through those dead, woody regions, he finally reaches the breast of the Himavat. And wow, the landscape instantly transforms. That harsh, thorny wasteland completely gives way to this expanding verdure. It's lush, green, and completely echoing with life. It is the absolute perfect staging ground for the insane trials he's about to put himself through.
The source text actually paints this stunning sensory picture here. We're talking about rivers flowing with currents the color of celestial lapis lazuli, broken up by these fierce churning eddies, and the whole area is just echoing with the notes of swans, ducks, cranes, peacocks, and male coquillas. Beholding all of this incredible natural beauty, the warrior's mind is now perfectly set for what comes next.
Because here's the thing, he doesn't just politely ask the gods for weapons. He has to literally force their hand through something called tapasya, or ascetic austerities. As a lot of us know, in this specific ancient context, severe physical self-discipline and extreme deprivation basically act as a spiritual currency. They generate this literal, immense cosmic heat that's meant to compel the divine to answer. Arjuna is literally about to weaponize his own suffering. And this brilliantly illustrates how he goes about it. The heavily armed royal warrior completely strips away his entire royal identity. That golden-hilted sword? Traded in for grass rags, a black deerskin, and a simple stick. He even starts scavenging for withered leaves just to eat. The prince is completely gone now. Only the intensely focused ascetic remains. Then, the fasting begins, and the progression is just brutally relentless. In the first month, he's eating fruits, but only every 3 nights. Then by the second month, he pushes it further, eating only every 6 nights. By the third month, he is eating just once every fortnight. That's literally twice a month. And then the terrifying 4th month arrives. That best of the Bharatas, the strong-armed son of Pandu, stops eating entirely. He begins subsisting on air alone.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the absolutely shocking visual portrait it paints of a hero pushed to his absolute limits. Subsisting on nothing but air, Arjuna is standing there with his arms upraised, leaning upon nothing at all, just locked on to the tips of his toes day and night. The text even says his locks turned the hue of lightning or the lotus. He has become a literal beacon of raw, concentrated power.
This level of discipline is so extreme, so unfathomably intense, that the physical world just can't handle it anymore. His asceticism is generating all of that massive cosmic heat we talked about earlier. Heated with his sheer willpower, the Earth itself begins physically smoking all around him. He is literally burning the environment with his spiritual focus. This right here is the exact moment our mortal hero crosses the line from being merely impressive to being globally dangerous.
And trust me, the universe definitely takes notice. The great Rishis, these incredibly powerful ascetic sages who basically monitor the cosmos, are thrown into an absolute panic. Seeing the Earth literally smoking and feeling this terrifying heat, they band together and rush straight to the ultimate authority. They go right to the god of the Pinaka, Shiva, bowing before him, totally desperate to report on this fierce asceticism. They are begging for immediate divine intervention to stop this.
You can actually feel their fear in the source text. Just listen to their desperation as they plead with Shiva. They say, "Heated with his asceticism, the earth is smoking all around, O God of gods. We do not know what his object is. He, however, is causing us pain. It behooves thee to prevent him." Think about that. They are quite literally in physical pain from the heat radiating off Arjuna's willpower. They are begging the supreme deity to shut this mortal down before he just burns away the entire world.
But then, the Lord of all creatures responds with this incredibly calm, unshakable authority. He tells them, "It behoveth you not to indulge in any grief. I know the desire that is in Arjuna's heart. His wish is not for heaven, nor for prosperity, nor for long life. And I will accomplish even this day all that is desired by him." So cool, right? The God of gods is completely in control. He knows exactly why the earth is smoking, and he is fully prepared to step down himself and grant the warrior's wish.
Instantly, Shiva's reassurance just totally calms the cosmic panic. The text actually notes that the truth-speaking Rishis become delighted the moment they hear these words from Mahadeva. Their pain and fear just vanish, and they cheerfully return to their respective abodes with alacrity. So the stage has now been completely cleared. The panicked onlookers have all been sent home. All that's left on this smoking earth is the mortal warrior, still standing on his toes, and the god of gods descending to finally meet him.
Which brings us to a final, pretty provocative thought. If a mortal's sheer discipline, literally just standing alone in a forest, can make the earth smoke, cause physical pain to the great sages, and summon the god of gods himself down from the heavens, what kind of world-shaking power is Arjuna going to unleash when he actually gets the celestial weapons he's asking for? I'm going to leave you with that question to ponder. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer and for exploring the breathtaking depths of this ancient power and discipline with us. Keep questioning, keep learning, and we will see you next time.